The third and final section of chapter 14, and this is going to go into the technicalities of the resulting marginal cost curve and the resulting what we call supply curve. So it says up here, marginal cost curve and the firm's supply decision. Here we have the price P1, price P2, and this section of the firm's MC curve is also the firm's long-run supply curve. So as you saw from the previous graph, as the firm traveled down, produced less and less as the price went down, they in essence traveled down the marginal cost curve. That marginal cost curve is indeed the firm's supply curve. Now, the moral of the story is that businesses make money and then imitators come in to chip away at those profits. A shutdown refers to a short-run decision not to produce anything during a specific period of time because of current market conditions. Alright, so the firm is not making their variable costs, so they're going to shut down. Exit refers to a long-run decision to leave the market. And this is if the firm is not making profit and anticipates not making profit in the long haul. Now there is a very, very good video on the real estate market. I'll try to put it on the La Lima site, and it's called Chipping Away at Realtors 6%. So I'll try to put the link on the market, and maybe I'll have a discussion question based on that particular segment there. Okay, we continue. Firm short-run decision to shut down. Firms considers its sunk costs when deciding to exit, but ignores them when deciding whether to shut down. Sunk costs are costs that have already been committed and cannot be recovered. An example of a sunk cost, well, I'll just say that a sunk cost, we define it as no longer relevant to future decisions. An example would be buying a car and then reselling it. Whatever the original price was should have no bearing on the decision to resell. So if I buy a car for $20,000, that $20,000 is already sunk and committed. Whatever I get for the car, resell it, really should have no bearing on the original price, or the original price should have no bearing on what I sell it for. I've already spent the dollars. Now, unfortunately, people oftentimes consider sunk costs in their decisions, but if they're rational, they will not do that. Okay, to continue, some rules here. The firm shuts down if the revenue it gets from producing is less than the variable cost of production. Firm shuts down if total revenue is less than costs. Shut down if total revenue is, we divide by Q. And the firm shuts down if price is less than average variable cost, because TR divided by Q is equal to the price, as P times Q equals TR. VC divided by Q is equal to AVC, as Q times AVC is equal to variable cost. Okay, firm short-run decision to shut down. As you can see from the graph there, if price is less than average variable cost, or the firm cannot pay its workers, it shuts down, a temporary decision. If price is greater than average variable cost, keep producing it in the short run. If price is greater than ACC, keep producing at a profit. And so this is the firm's short-run supply curve that emanates from the bottom of the AVC curve all the way up on the marginal cost curve. As we'll find out, the short-run marginal cost curve is longer than the long-run marginal cost curve. And that's what I just said. The portion of the marginal cost curve that lies above average variable cost is the competitive firm's short-run supply curve. Now for the long run, the firm will exit if the revenue it would get from producing is less than its total cost. Exit if TC is greater than TR, divide both by Q. Exit if price is less than average total cost. And now we can, a firm will enter the industry, other way around, if total revenue is greater than cost, divide by Q, enter if price is greater than average total cost on the graph. And the competitive firm's long-run supply curve, firm enters if price is greater than ATC, firm exits if price is less than ATC. And so now we have it, the theory behind the competitive firm. We saw a lot of graphs in here, and there will definitely be exercises in Applia regarding these graphs. So be mindful, pay attention to it. I think this Applia section is going to be a rather big section, lots of points there. So, pay heed to this chapter. The graphs is a little complicated, but Applia will take you through it. So this is just going to give you a brief overview of doing the graphs for competitive markets. But this chapter is very, very important in that it really draws opens the book a bit to all of the graphs and theories that we've talked about up to this point. This is really the culminating chapter. The other 3 chapters, while important, are going to be far, far less theory than this particular one. And so